we're just making a plan on what, like, if Brayden comes to me.
Well, what are you feeling?
Well, I'm not going to use it.
Yeah.
I never intended to use it. Like, as soon as I won the veto, I was like, I'm not using the veto. I was just like, all this like chatter around Final Six was going on, so I just want to like get things cleared up. So
yeah, like we like we never said that. Like, you know what I mean?
That's why I just like hammered with him.
Like, obviously we talked to you about us four.
Yeah.
But then we never have pitched a 6 to them.
Yeah.
So, and I don't even think that's an issue anymore. Like, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was an assumption, but it's fine. It's good that we talked about it first before that happened. So what kind of rationales are we talking about here?
Just like in the meantime, when Brayden and stuff is coming to ask, like, what do you do? Will you keep me if Ro uses the veto? Like, how to kind of save that relationship?
Because what I did is I heard her out, and then both of them came to talk to me, so I heard them out in the conversation, and because I do have to hear them out as the veto holder, and what I told them is, from a game perspective, basically what I told them is, from a game perspective, it's not smart for me to use the power veto right now, and I told them that's likely what I'm going to do. But then on a personal level, I was like, obviously, like, I love you as a person. Like, I would hate to see you, like, leave this game on a very personal level. So I told them at the end of the conversation that I have not made my decision, but I have. I won't be using it. So, and that's just what I told Beth. But I want you guys to be prepared for them to come to you and say, if Ro uses, like, for example, Brayden might come to you and be like, if Ro uses on Austin, are you guys for sure going to keep Brayden in the game? That's going to come to you. So,
like, what does that conversation look like?
So what does that conversation look like? Because obviously, like, I would prefer that it's not like, oh, it's totally up to
fully
Ro.
your move.
What's that?
Like, you don't want it to be fully your. Like,
I just don't want it to be fully on my shoulders.
Right. Yeah.
So, like, if they come to you with that, like, what's the best thing to say?
Okay.
Do you just tell Brayden outright no, you wouldn't keep him?
I would say, wait, what would I say? So this is in the case that you take Austin off the block and someone else goes up?
That's what he's going to come.
That's what they're going to, like, half 50% think.
Because
there's a chance that
because what I told them in the conversation is I have not made my decision yet.
Right.
If I told them I have made my decision, then they wouldn't come to you. So it's just like tough in the situation to like say like, oh, I'm not.
I think the best thing to say would be, we don't have the numbers to save you. Or do we?
No,
Well,
you would.
you would.
If you guys
You were
voted to
voting.
save Brayden, you would have the numbers straight.
Oh, because it'd be us to tie.
That's why he's going to come to you. Yeah.
Okay. I think it's just like at that point, I think it's a relationship thing with the house, because so many people in the house want one of them out, that if we save them, it kind of like exposes us in a sense. You know, like, all these people want them out so bad, and that's been the consensus.
I mean, could just be straightforward and say, like, yo, by keeping both of you here, none of us no longer have relationships with the remaining 4 people. Like, that's done. But they will also say, well, we have a final 6, we can get the rest of them out. I have no issue maybe being kind of honest and saying, like, in the long run marathon of this game, I don't know if that's the best move.
If you guys could be honest about it, it would help me out a lot in the position I'm in right now.
I think that's the play, honestly. Just to be more upfront about it and not try to beat around the bush.
And just say, hey, it actually honestly is looking like one of you is going this week. And it's just...
Yeah. It's just like
I have no issue saying that.
I don't know if you've, like, been on with them. I know you haven't really been on a game level with them yet, right? You said? You haven't, like, been, like, that close on the game?
Before this,
Yeah. So it's just, like, for us, it's just hard for us to fully trust them, you know? Because we had a relationship in the first week, and then, like, this stuff with you happened, with the flip, and since then, they have not.
Never the same.
They've never trusted us. So it's like, but now they're saying, like, you know, final 6, like, all this
because
stuff.
of the flip, because you were supposed to be with her and she didn't know about it.
Yeah. So now she's, like, always talking about, like, you need to prove yourself to me. You need to prove yourself to me, right? But it's like, she's never done anything to prove herself to me. So it's like, I don't understand why I always have to owe this loyalty, you know? So at the end of the day, it's just like, I don't think I can trust them two in a final 6. So, like, that's where my reservations are. Obviously, through our chats, like, I do think I can trust you in that situation. So, like, if it was us 4, like, I do trust you guys. But I just don't trust that they wouldn't, like, you know, kind of flip on us. And that's where my reservations are with keeping both of them in the house. I think that with Braden only, he would be easier to pull in as another number.
Yeah.
Because he is close with Beth, and he wouldn't have anywhere else to go, really. He's, like, semi-close with you. So I think that'd be a good option, but I just...
So, like, what are you going to say to him when he comes and says, Jed?
I'm going to say...
Jed, what if Ro takes Austin off the block? Will you vote to keep me? Like, what are your words to him? Because I really don't want Ro.
Yeah, because
he's already in a shit spot.
Yeah, because I'm not going to say yes.
No, you'd have to say basically we just told me.
Yeah, because if I said yes, that means that I'm assuming you're going to use it, and then you don't use it, and it looks like it was all you.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that can't happen.
So, like...
No. So
I'd prefer if that's not the
Yeah,
case.
I know.
Just for my sanity.
I would honestly just say, like, in the long run of this game, to piss less people off, it's just looking like one of you is going to go this week. And that's, like, the house consensus.
And I think if it's Braden...
Hey?
I think if it's Braden, I'm going to have, like, a serious, like, talk with him and be like, listen, if you want to go forward in this game, you need to like, realize that you're going to play your own game now. Because I think people want Austin to go.
And he will go far.
Yeah.
It's not like he's next.
Yeah, but he needs to, like, realize that it's his game now. Because right now he's playing under her. So it's like, if she goes, like, is he just going to spiral or is he going to keep playing, you know? So I feel like that's a real conversation I need to have with him, and it's probably going to get back to Austin. But I'm not going to just say, yes, I'll save you, and then you're under the bus.
Yeah. I mean,
happen.
we'll get back to Austin, and he's just full transparency. He's going to come back to me with the conversation because obviously they still want me to use it on Austin.
Right.
So, yeah, I mean, I think it's just best to be, like, upfront about the situation. Because at the end of the day, that's what's going to allow us to pull him in a little bit more for, like, more upfront about
What do you think will come back to you if I do say that and be like, listen, man, like, one of you is probably going to go home this week.
Yeah.
So if Austin comes off the block, like, you're probably going to go home.
Yeah.
So do you think that would cause him to come to you and say, like, don't use it? Like, should I express to him that if both of them are on the block, he's going to be safe? Should that be something that we say to him?
I think he knows that. He knows if both of them are on the block, then Austin goes home.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So...
I think so, too.
In the other scenario, if you make it clear to him that if Austin comes down and
then he's probably not
Tara goes up or whatever happens, then he would still go home.
Right.
That's what you need to say to him, basically.
Yeah.
What are you going to say, though?
When they come back to you and say, like, why aren't you, like, are you not going to use it? Like, I thought...
Yeah, like, you can't just be like, oh, yeah, Beth and Jed and Ty aren't going to use it. Or Beth and Jed and Ty aren't going to vote for you, and then you're completely fine. You know what I mean? So it's both ways.
So what can I say to then even it out?
You can easily just say, like, I don't feel comfortable using the veto.
Yeah.
Like, I'm in a shit position. I'm by myself.
Yeah.
If I use the veto, I'm going to have all these people on me. Like, I feel like that's the best way for you to go.
Well, actually, I already did tell them that.
Yeah.
Because I did have a
perfect,
conversation. Yeah. So in the conversation I just had with them, I outlined for them the game perspective of this. And it's just basically, I told them it's going to piss a lot of people off in here. So I basically made it clear to them in the conversation that I was not going to use a power veto, but I did finish the conversation saying I haven't made my final decision, but I have.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
I mean,
I've said all that stuff to them. I will say it to them again.
Yeah. I think that makes the most sense instead of just being like...
But if it's like they come to you and then be like, oh, like I would vote to keep you Braden if he took Austin off, then I'm like, my hands are tied.
No, that wouldn't look... That would not correlate.
So I just need a little bit of a nudge from you guys, and then I'll buffer it out and save your guys' ass too, like in the conversation.
Yeah, I mean, as long as it's not like, no, Jed, Beth, and Ty said that they don't want, like, you know, they don't want me to use it.
Oh, for sure.
Then obviously that's shit.
Yeah,
but like,
then there's like 3 days of blow-ups and that's bullshit.
Yeah. But like, if it's more of like the whole, I don't feel comfortable using it, and then we say, listen, this is what's going to have to happen.
Yeah.
Relationships in this house are going to be broken if this happens, so.
I'm fully aware of the consequences of making that decision, so.
Yeah, and we knew that from the very beginning, like.
Yeah.
Obviously a very rational player, so. But it's, I mean, obviously you have to hear them out, so.
Yeah. Well, I do have to hear them out.
Yeah.
Just have the conversation with them, so. I'm just letting you know, like, just be prepared for him to come to you.
Yeah, no, I'm prepared. I know what to say. I'll be good.
And obviously don't tell him that we had this conversation.
No.
And prepped, but, yeah.
Okay.
That's probably what's going to happen now.
Okay,
so.
no, that's sweet.
Okay.
But
I'm gonna
you agree with this stuff, right? Though, like you.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I mean,
like,
I just have to I have to have the conversation with them though.
Yeah.
And because on a personal level, obviously, like they're great people, so it's like.
Oh, trust me.
You watch this game from your couch at home, and it's like, you watch people make like personal decisions, and it's like, dude, like,
It's
don't
not.
fuck yourself in the game like that. So I would never do that because I'm here to play the game at the end of the day, and so it's like an emotional thing. But I'm here to play the game, and I know the obvious game decision, that's the best decision. So I never wavered on it. I was just like confused about the F6 stuff.
Yeah, I know.
So that's why I had to ask.
Yeah.
Because as soon as I won the POV, I was like, I'm not using it.
Yeah, like I'm glad you asked because like that was never said or set in stone at all. So like that's clearly just like it's a pitch.
Yeah.
So it's just something that I don't think we are comfortable doing with them. So
Okay.
at the end of the day, it's just what's gonna have to happen.
Okay.
But I'm glad we're on the same page.
Okay, that's cool with me. What else? I think that's it.
Is that it?
Yeah, I mean,
now?
but the conversation we had in the bedroom yesterday was like legit to me.
was sick,
So
Yeah.
let's just roll with this. I don't think it makes sense for all of us to like do what we were doing at the beginning of the game and like gunning for each other's heads. Like, let's not bullshit about it. That's what was happening.
Completely agree.
I respect the game all you guys play. I hope you respect the game I play. Let's just make a decision that's best for all of us and play this game together.
No.
It's the obvious.
that's
It's
why
the
we're
obvious
doing
thing to
this.
do.
For real, man. Me and Beth were cheering for you hard today. I was like, let's go. Like, this is sick. Because we knew that you're the most rational guy out there. So, like, we knew you'd make a game that's a decision that's better for the
I'll
game.
always make a game decision over a personal one. It's always going to be hard, but she's a great person.
Yeah.
But the obvious game decision is to
Yeah.
not use it. So that's the decision I'll always make over a personal one.
Bless. Sounds good, my guy.
All right.
All right, well,
We're going to eat.
when that conversation comes my way, I'll just make sure that I say what we talked about.
All right.
Keep it locked.
All right. Talk
Thanks,
about.
Rob.
I'll talk to you soon. There's food ready for you, though, if you want.
What did you get me?
I made a blessed stir fry.